Today I'm going to showcase a video, very simple, about how to sheath and unsheath your sword. So what does that look like? Well, first of all, you want to have maybe a sword or maybe you want a real one. Either way, be very careful and pay attention to these principles so you can do it too. Whether you're a beginner or you've done this for advanced years, the basics are always imperative so that way you're ready when combat has time. Okay, so follow me with this training, study it, watch it, take notes, post this after this is over. But again, it's how to sheath, unsheath, and sheath your sword. So first, this is a training sword. It's the length of a traditional katana. Okay, you could get one that's a wakizashi if you want, a little shorter. You could apply the similar principle to a dagger, but it's best for a single-sided sword where one of it is bladed and sharp and the other one is not as sharp, and you can still use that as a weapon. It's a little weird and finicky, but it'd be more like a whack, and it'd be very, very painful. So the creativity is to utilize everything as a weapon, every single thing, even the hilt of a sword. Okay. Well, for today's focus, we're just going to focus on unsheathing and sheathing your sword. Okay. So again, if you have two-sided sword where both sides are sharp, this might not work as effective. So just try to go with this route. It's just a very simple way to sheath the sword effectively with your eyes closed. Okay. So first, you want to have a sword like this with the sheath here, the sword here, the scabbard, the sheath right here. Okay. Then you would want to get a belt. I have a belt that helps me keep in my other two swords here. I have a bunch of other straps and armor on as well. So with that being said, if you do have that, awesome. If you don't, you can still sheath and unsheath the sword without it being at your waist. Okay, you can literally do it like that. So let me show you what it's like though when you do have a belt. Okay, now originally when I first started training my weapons and swords, I thought this is how you did it. You flipped it this way, like in Lord of the Rings. That's how Aragorn does it. You look at it and you sheath it. I've seen a lot of beginners do that as well, but I want to teach you a more efficient way that I learned to develop through learning through YouTube, martial arts, and training over the course of years. That's much more effective. So this is what it looks right at first. That's what I thought it was, but unfortunately, when you do it like this, you have to then look at it and then put it in. It's a very slow process, and that technically could get you killed when you're in the middle of combat. And when it's a sharp sword, you just do not have the time to line it up properly. Now you could do it like this, where you like take the bottom of the sword and you sheath it this way until you get to the tip, and then slide it through. But you could risk more cuts to your fingers like that. So that's why you flip it around this way. You get into a stance. So all the stances that you can do, there's a lot of them. Some of them are here, a little closer. Maybe it's a more wider stance, so I can go to my enemy right here. Maybe for base training, or my enemy's right here. Or I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, or I'm here. Or of course I can go here, and then here, or here, and as follows. So you get into your stance, whether that's like this. This is my right hand, this is my left hand. The sword sheath is in the left, but you would also want to apply the same principle to the left side so you could unsheath it going with the opposite hand. You want to be able to do both, okay? Well, I'm going to show from this angle, right? So I got my stance ready. I got this in my belt. I've got the sword sheath out this way, so the sharp side is going to come out on top and strike my enemy. And with that being said, then I'm going to there's a lot of different ways you can unsheath it, and there's a couple ways you can sheath it back. And I'm going to show you the different types, okay? So one, you're right here, just straight out, okay? And then you could bring it back, sharp sword on top, sharp side on top, soft, or, not sharp, blunt side on the bottom. And you want to match it up where it lines up with the same curvature, okay? Where the sword matches the same curvature. So when you slide it in, it goes like that, okay? So I'll show you like this. So I could also bring it out and then pull it back, slide it through, nice and easy. Or, just like I showed you before, and also I can turn it sideways to have it come out sideways, sheath it sideways, or I can have it coming up so I can strike down, or I can strike forward, or underneath slightly so I can get an underhand diagonal look. Just depends on how you orient, okay? Now I'm going to show you from this angle, right? So here, I can sheath it like this, turn it in a little bit, do it like that, or I can sheath it from here. Now, it's more important to this way apparently because you can then like immediately go back into danger. Whereas here, now you're cut off, and it split seconds between here and here versus here and here. Okay, so it does really matter. Okay, so when it comes to that, otherwise, if you're just you're done with battle, or you're done with your hunt, if this is how you want to blade it, because technically this isn't any different from like going from here to here. Okay, it just depends on where your enemies are. All right, so you can sheath it like that, come back in. Now the way to sheath it that some traditions have will be like this, up, or whatever, how you want to take it out. Then they'll have you slide here. Again, check how you're doing it. Sliding it through, sliding it through, sliding it through, and then bringing the hilt to the sword and then tucking it back in. So that's another way of doing it. I'm just going to do it a couple reps. Follow along. I'll do it 5 times in different ways. You follow along, and then of course subscribe and like and follow for more so you can learn how to do it too, because I have so much to teach you, like nunchucks, stances, defense, everything. Okay, so with that being said, here we go. Hey, sit, say, hey. You get so good at it, you can do it with your eyes closed. And you can flip it underneath too. Slide it with your hand the same way. Hey. Yeah, and the sword sometimes. I need to get in the sheath. Sit, 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 sit. And you want to do the same thing to the other side, okay? So, with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, subscribe and like for more. And yeah, I got so much more to teach you. So, with that being said, hey, easel. Catch y'all in the next video.